So we're back again. I've been trying to clean out the volume pots, let them aerate a bit, let the alcohol evaporate, see if they work. Rinse, repeat, tried it a few times and it's having none of it. I think these volume pots are just old and knackered, or quite possibly, because there's a lot of solder on the back, they were superheated by the guy who rewired it before, and he spent too long with his hot soldering iron on the pot and it's just nuked it. So I had a look in my parts bin and I've got these. Now they're just mini pots, they're not CTS, not gonna last 100 years, you know, but they're the right ones. They're, you can see that, they're 500K A, if we can get it to focus. Well, I can't get it to focus, but you'll have to take my word for it. These are 500K A's, and it says so here. A is the taper. A is for audio, which means they're for volume. It means they're more even as they go from 0 to 10, whereas the tones are linear and they sort of work more for, between 8 and 10 than the rest of the pot. That's where most of the action is. So, first thing I'm going to do is use my little tool. These are incredibly handy. I'm going to pop these knobs off. Ooh, misses. I'll do this very gently. There we go, and the other one. That came off lovely. And the same tool, is it this way? Oh my god, I did it first time. I never did it first time. Move that out of the way. The annoying thing is, if you wanted to upgrade these to CTS pots or something like that, they've got a bigger bore on the shaft, so you'd need to bream these holes ever so slightly bigger. And I didn't have the tools to do that, so really, import stuff is the only option for me if I'm doing any work myself. I'm going to map out on these pots what's going on, because on these, both of them, the third lug is connected to the ground at the top, so I'm just going to bend that up just so we all know exactly what's going on. Bent the last pot over there, you see. So I've bent the last lug over to touch the top, and it's going to be the same with the other ones. I'm just going to bend these out because they're quite small, and make sure the wires will definitely stretch and will definitely reach these little pots, because they're a little bit, the wire might have to be a bit longer, so I'm hoping these will be fine. Be a bit annoying if they're not, but this shouldn't be an issue. Anyway, that's touching, so a little tiny blob of solder and they'll be done. So let's check the iron, shall we? That's one soldered to the top. The other one, grab a little blob, come on, tiny blob, come on, go, come on. And again, that's soldered to ground. So, this is the annoying part. I'm gonna stop what I'm doing now. I'm gonna take a photo of how these are wired to the volume pots, and then we'll come back and I'll be desoldering everything. So I'll see you in about 3 seconds. And we're back. Okay, this shouldn't be too much of a problem. So let's start desoldering. This one, I'll be honest, isn't the neatest job in the world. My soldering tip's quite dirty now. I really need to clean it, but I haven't got the time at the moment, and I can still get it to work. Here we go. The cap's desoldered, and the joint to the other end, other pot is still fine, and it's just the ground on the top. Come on, David, come on. There we go. Okay, is that, and the pickup, which is white to the lug on the far right, and the bare wire is always ground, and ground is always just to the top of the pot. Rule of thumb. Always, always. cheeky and just snip them. It's a lot less faffing, isn't it? The ground, there we go. Gone. We can bin that in a minute. And the other one is the same. Sorry about the camera angle, this really is the best I can do. Right, cap's desoldered. And it's still stuck to the other pot fine. And that means I can pull it out of the body. Lovely. Again, the bridge pickup is the black wire and the neck is the red wire. There. And bare. And the ground from the switch goes to the top, and that's coming off. Boom. Cool. Now, let's get these new ones in. I think I'm gonna solder them up before I do anything else. Before I put them back in. So. Okay, I'm gonna put these in. Just put them in the holes at least. Oh, that's really annoying. Okay, so the mini ones don't fit. I'm gonna have to go and get some big ones, but I've only got B's. I haven't got A's, so annoyingly, the shaft is shorter on these than the big ones, so yeah, that's annoying. Oh. Ta-da! B's. Okay, this is not what I expected. This one appears to be... Oh, and that was dead. I don't like those. This is a B. We like these. These can get in the sea. Put them over there. BB, beautiful. This one's already got that soldered to the top, which is what we want. Do the same to this one. So it's this one in the end. Ugh. Well, that was annoying. I had no idea that the shafts were different lengths. I thought they were the same. You live, you learn. You live, you learn. Yes! That's much more like it. Okay. Just so they don't move, I'm just gonna put a washer on. Yeah, because the other one, the shafts weren't long enough to reach through the body, which is really irritating. Okay then, unfortunately I wasn't able to film it because I had to use the pictures for reference just to make sure I did do it exactly right, but there we go, it's all soldered. I'm happy the solder joints are solid, they're not dry, I'm happy they're not going to break. I'm afraid these are B's because that's the best I could do. So, let's see if there's life in the old gal. Oh. Okay, that's the end. Here we go. Both up. Tiny bit of scratches on the bridge, but I can clean that out. It's like so tiny. Yeah. So that needs a little bit of cleaning, but neck, middle, tones.